What's the crack, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Cards Everywhere here, bringing you another weekly league deck profile. Today I've gone with a paleontology deck. There is two mythics in it, so they can be a bit difficult for some people to get. The unicorn is not really needed. You can put whatever you want in there. But this is the list I have for now. The energy is a bit tight, so you are relying on good rotation to keep things moving. But other than that, I'll give you a quick rundown and we'll jump into a game. So first up we have the mythic Bunyip. On the return, your paleontology cards, wherever they are, cost -2 energy this round. And if you lost a turn, they are another -1 energy this round. Next up I've got Unicorn, another mythic. On the draw, this card gains 77 power this turn. Next up is the Fusion, Jurassic Coast. On the draw, your paleontology cards in hand gain 30 power until played. Next we have a few limited legendaries. First is Arthropelura, one of my favourite cards in the game. On the play, your opponent's cards in hand with 45 or more base power lose 30 power this turn and next turn. Next we have another paleontology staple, Dodo. On the draw, your paleontology cards, wherever they are, cost -1 energy this round and gain 33 power this turn. Next we have Ionoris. On the play, if it's round 1, 3 or 5, your paleontology cards, wherever they are, gain 18 power until played. Very, very strong effect. Next is Missing Link. On the play, if your deck has 3 or fewer Human Evolution cards, your Human Evolution cards, wherever they are, gain 30 power permanently. Next is Patago Titan. On the play, if played next to any Land Before Time card, your paleontology cards in hand gain 16 power permanently. Next we have Leopleurodon. On the draw, your paleontology cards in hand gain 20 power until played. Next we have Plesiosaurus. On the play, if it's the first turn of a round, your paleontology cards in hand gain 15 power this round. Next is Mapusaurus. On the play, your paleontology cards, wherever they are, gain 13 power until played. And on the return, if you won the turn, your paleontology cards, wherever they are, gain 5 power permanently. Next is Megalosaurus. On the draw, a random paleontology card in your hand gains 40 power until played. Then we have Schmicktar Cat. On the draw, your rare and epic paleontology cards, wherever they are, cost -1 energy permanently. That really helps out later in the game. Next up, Deddy. On the draw, for every 2 paleontology cards in both players' deck, this card gains 6 power until played. So if you do happen to play against another paleontology deck, this card can be the decider of the game. Next we have William Buckland. If played next to Megalosaurus, your paleontology cards in hand gain 11 power permanently. Next we have Brachypterygionus? I'm not sure. On the play, if played in the middle slot, your Oceans and Seas and paleontology cards adjacent to this card gain 29 power this turn. Second to last, we have Eye of Quebec. On the play, if played between any 2 paleontology cards, your paleontology cards in hand gain 15 power until played. And the last card is Flores Man. On the draw, for every paleontology card in your deck, this card gains 3 power permanently. So this card gets very strong very quickly. So that's the deck, guys. I would say it's a very good deck. I probably have maybe an 80% win ratio of it. It did get beaten by the Ancient Egypt deck. I won the first 2 games and then they ramped up higher than I could match, so I wasn't able to come back. But overall, I would say it's a very strong deck and will probably get you to rank 1 if you were to play hard enough. Here we go into the first match. We have found a real opponent. So we'll go with the Unicorn, the Missing Link, and Dinosaur. So it's a 3-9-8 start. The opponent looks to be playing some sort of a lock deck. I haven't played against one of these with this deck yet, so we'll have to see how that goes. So we have Plesiosaurus, and we'll play Denny as well for a 2-6-6. Not the greatest start in the world. But this seems to be a build-up deck that the opponent has. So we have some free reign in the first couple of turns until it starts getting out of hand. But I think we're safe this round anyway. So we'll play... I think we'll just go with this hand and we'll save Bunyip for next turn. It was enough to maintain the lead. Hopefully he doesn't lock down our Bunyip. That's alright. So he's starting to get his permanent increases now. But if we can win the first 3 rounds, it won't matter. So we go with the Bunyip, the Eye of Quebec, and Patago Titan. I'll give some nice little boosts to the cards in our hand and make all of our paleontology cheaper this round. And that should set us up for next round as well, if we can bank a bit of energy. Looks like the opponent did make a mistake playing both the Lovers and the Jet Car. It might be a newer player, or maybe setting up for later in the game. But either way, he's missing out on a lot. So that's probably the best card he could have locked permanently. There's our Dodo, making everything even cheaper again. So we'll go with Mapusaurus, the William Buckland, and the Megalosaurus. And the Mapusaurus will give a 5 permanent boost to everything if we win the turn, which it looks like we did. So we are well in the lead now, so we can play a bit of a weaker hand if needed. I would like to save the Dodo for the next round, but we'll see what we draw. That's not too bad. So we get the Flores Man back around. With Jurassic Coast and Arthropalura, I think that will be enough to finish out this round. That's plenty. Hopefully he doesn't lock down our Dodo. It wouldn't be the worst thing in the world if he did, but I would prefer him not to. That is unfortunate, so we're stuck playing whatever hand we draw next turn. But we are in the final round, and he doesn't have too much built up yet. So we go with the Unicorn, the Missing Link, and the Dinosaur for a 4-0-7 start. That should be enough to get a good lead. Now we will unlock Dodo next turn, I believe. Or maybe not. But we still have a fairly strong hand. Well, Denny alone is fairly strong. And the other 2 are inconsequential, but they will give us a little bit of power. Hopefully enough to maintain our lead. So we have a good 300 lead. I do not think you'll be able to come back from this. Even if he locks down another card in our hand, we will be just fine, I would say. So it's only 204, but we will get a bit of a boost from Patago Titan. Unfortunately, the Eye of Quebec will not activate, since there is no paleontology card the other side of it. But we won anyway, so there we have it, folks. As you can see, it's a very strong deck, and it should get you up to rank 1 with hardly any issue. So the deck code is in the description, and if you enjoyed, don't forget to like and subscribe. And stay tuned for more deck profiles in the future. Cards Everywhere, out.